Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Radha Giridhari Radha Giridhari Sri Radhe. Jaya Radha Giridhari Radha Giridhari Sri Radhe. Jaya Gauranitai 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 Sri Sri Gauranitai Jai Gauranitai Jaya Gauranitai Gauranitai Jaya Gauranitai Jaya Jagannatha Jaya Jagannatha Jaya Baladeva Jaya Subhadramaya Jaya Jagannatha Jaya Jagannatha Jaya Baladeva Jaya Subhadramaya Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Jaya Gurudev, Gurudev. Gurudev Jaya Jaya Gurudev Nittai Gaura Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Nittai Gaura Hari Bol Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai Gurudev Ki Jai Srimad Bhagavat Mahagrandha Ki Jai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bol Vamja Kalpatarubhya Kripa Sindhubhya Eva Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah Ananda Koti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Jai. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna everyone. Please welcome to the morning session of Srimad Bhagavatam. I will seek your blessings so that I can deliver the correct message of Srila Prabhupada. Please bless me. Hare Krishna. So we'll start our session with Prabhupada Leelamrita. I'm going to share the screen. Are you able to see, Prabhuji?
Yes, Mataji, all good. You can start.
Yeah, thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. So we are reading Srila Prabhupada Leelamrita, chapter 29. The name of the chapter is Unlimited Opportunities, Limited Time. So we are starting from this point. Bhavananda. Many of these people who attended Radhayatra were intoxicated. We were not intoxicated, of course, but we were higher than they. That we could understand. Everyone was smiling, everyone was laughing, everyone was in ecstasy, everyone was dancing, everyone was chanting, and we were doing it more than anyone. We were doing more chanting, more laughing and smiling and feeling more freedom. We were free to have a shaved head, free to wear a dhoti, free to blow a conch shell, free to spin around on the street and jump up. Even if you were a hippie, you couldn't be more far out than the Ratha, cart and Jagannatha, because no one looks more far out than him. The hippies had come dressed up in outfits with big feathers in their hair and everything, but they were dim compared to Jagannatha. The parade route ended at an oceanside dance hall, the family dog auditorium, where the devotees had prepared 10,000 plates for prasadam, fruit salad, apple chutney, halwa, and watermelon slices. Although the cart had stopped, the chanting continued as Prabhupada led the crowd inside the auditorium to a temporary stage and the altar the devotees had erected among the bijari trappings of the dance hall. A giant silk screen of Lord Chaitanya covered the hall's Tibetan mandala, and pictures of Lord Vishnu and Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati were on the stage. The Jagannath deities now looked down from their high platform above Prabhupada's seat, and a garlanded statue of Lord Krishna stood on a marble pillar. Prabhupada began speaking, and the crowd quieted. He quoted a song by Narottama Das Thakur. My dear Lord Chaitanya, please be merciful upon me. I do not find anyone as merciful as you. Drawing the audience attention to the large silk screen of Lord Chaitanya, Prabhupada described the Lord's merciful distribution of holy name of God. Lord Chaitanya, he said, was teaching the same thing Lord Krishna had taught in Bhagavad Gita. My dear sons, do not suffer in the abominable condition of material existence. Come back to me, come back to home. Enjoy eternal blissful life, a life of knowledge. Prabhupada explained the simplicity of Krishna consciousness. Lord Chaitanya appeared 500 years ago to establish the direct principles of Bhagavad Gita. He showed that even if you don't understand the process of religion, then simply chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Results are practical. For example, when we were chanting Hare Krishna, all the members who are assembled here were joining in. But now, when I am talking about philosophy, some are leaving. It is very practical. You can see the Hare Krishna mantra is so enchanting that everyone in any condition can take part. And if he continues to chant gradually, he will develop his dormant love of God. He is very simple. We are requesting everyone to chant the Hare Krishna mantra and take prasadam. When you are tired of chanting, the prasadam is ready. You can immediately take prasadam. And if you dance, then all bodily exercise is Krishnaized. And all of the attempts of the yoga process are attained by this simple process. So chant, dance, take prasadam. Even if you do not first hear this philosophy, it will act, and you will be elevated to the highest platform of perfection. Prabhuji, I'm stopping here.
And that's fine, Mataji. Thank you.
Okay.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji. I'm stopping the screen. So we are reading the verse from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 5. The name of the canto is Creative Impetus. And we are in the 4th chapter, the characteristics of Rishabhadev, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And we are in the 4th verse. Okay. I'm sharing the screen. Is it visible, Prabhuji? Hare Krishna.
Yes, Mataji. Yes, all good.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Krishna. So this is very, very long sloka. So I cannot follow the meter. Sorry for that. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Bhagavan Rishabha Samya Atmatantra Swayam Nitya Nivruta Artha Parampara Kevalananda Anubhava Isvara Eva Viparithat Karmani Arambanah Kalenanugatam Dharmam Acharanano Pasiksyan Atadvidam Sama Upasanto Maitraha Karunako Dharmartho Yasaha Prajnana Dharmartha Paro Dhena Gruhe Shilokam Niyamyat. Anybody would like to decide? Please welcome.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. I am trying.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Bhagavan Rishabha Samagya আত্মতন্ত্র স্বয়ং নিত্য নিবৃত্তানার্থ পরম্পরঃ কেবলানন্দ অনুভব ঈশ্বর এব বিপরীতবৎ কর্মণ্যা আরহমানঃ কালেনানুগতম ধর্মম আচরণেন উপশিক্ষয়ন অতদ্বিদাম সমোপসন্তো মৈত্রঃ কারুণিকো যথার্থ ধর্মার্থ যশঃ প্রজানানন্দামৃত বরোধেন গৃহেষু লোকম নিয়ময়ৎ। হরে কৃষ্ণ মাতা।
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
হরে কৃষ্ণ মাতাজি, ধন্যবাদ প্রণাম।
Dandavad Pranam.
ভগবান ঋষভ সঙ্গ আত্মতন্ত্র স্বয়ং নিত্য নিবৃতানর্থ পরম্পরঃ কেবলানন্দানুভব ঈশ্বর এব বিপরীতবৎ কর্মাণ্যারভমানঃ কালেনানুগতম ধর্মম আচরণেন উপশিক্ষয়ম অতদ্বিদাম সম উপশান্ত মৈত্রঃ কারুণিকো ধর্মার্থ যশঃ প্রজানন্দামৃতাবরোধেন গৃহেষু লোকম নিয়ময়ৎ। হরে কৃষ্ণ।
Thank you, Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, I am also trying.
Yes, Mataji, please.
ভগবান ঋষভ সঙ্গ আত্মতন্ত্র স্বয়ং নিত্য নিবৃত অনর্থ পরম্পরঃ কেবল আনন্দ অনুভব ঈশ্বর এব বিপরীতবৎ কর্মাণি আরভমান কালেন অনুগতম ধর্মম আচরণেন উপশিক্ষায়ন অতদ্বিদাম সমদর্শি উপশান্ত মৈত্র কারুণিক ধর্ম অর্থ যশ প্রজা আনন্দ অমৃত অবরোধেন গৃহেষু লোকম নিয়ময়ৎ। হরে কৃষ্ণ।
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam.
Dandavad Pranam, Mataji.
Thank you. Bhagavan Rishabha Samgaya Atmatantara Swayam Nitya Nivitte Anartha Parampara Kevalananda Anubhava Ishvara Eva Vipraritavat Karmaneya Arabhamanaha कालेनानुगतं धर्मम् आचरणेनोपशिक्षयानन् अतत्विधान सम उपशान्तो मैत्रः कारुणिको धर्मार्थयशः प्रजानन् अमृतावारोधेन गृहेषु लोकं नियमयत्। Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Anybody would like to do synonyms?
হরে কৃষ্ণ মাতাজি।
Hare Krishna.
ভগবান, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Rishabha, Sangya, named, Atmatantraha, fully independent, Swayam, personally, Nitya, eternally, Nivritta, free from, Anartha, of things not wanted, birth, old age, disease and death, Paramparaha, the continual succession, one after another, Kevala, only, Ananda Anubhava, full of transcendental bliss, Ishvara, the Supreme Lord, the Controller, Eva, indeed, Viparitavat, just like the opposite, Karmani, material activities, Arabhamanaha, performing, Kalena, in course of time, Unugatam, neglected, Dharmam, the Varnashrama Dharma, Acharanena, by executing, Uposhikshayan, teaching, Atatvidam, persons who are in ignorance, Shamaha, equipoised, Upashantaha, undisturbed by the material senses, Moitraha, very friendly to everyone, Karunical, very merciful to all, Dharma, religious principles, Ortho, economic development, Yashaha, reputation, Praja, sons and daughters, Ananda, material pleasure, Amrita, eternal life, Oborodhena, for achieving, Griheshu, in household life, Lokam, the people in general, Niyamayat, he regulated. Hare Krishna Mataji, thank you.
Thank you so much, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Anybody would like to read the translation in purpose?
Yes,
Hare Krishna
Mataji.
Mataji, please.
Please.
Huh? Being an incarnation of the translation by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Being an incarnation of the supreme personality of Godhead, Lord Rishabdeva was fully independent because his form was spiritual, eternal, and full of transcendental bliss. He eternally had nothing to do with the four principles of material misery, birth, death, old age, and disease. Nor was he materially attached. He was always equipoised, and he saw everyone on the same level. He was unhappy to see others unhappy, and he was the well-wisher of all living entities. Although he was a perfect personality, the Supreme Lord and control of all, he nonetheless acted as if he was an ordinary conditioned soul. Therefore, he strictly followed the principles of one ashram dharma and acted accordingly. In due course of time, the principles of one ashram dharma had become neglected. Therefore, through his personal characteristics and behavior, he taught the ignorant people how to perform duties within the one ashram dharma. In this way, he regulated the general populace in householder life, enabling them to develop religion and economic well-being and to attain reputations, sons and daughters, material pleasure, and finally eternal life. By his instructions, he showed how people could remain householders and at the same time become perfect by following the principles of Varn Ashram Dharma. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Hare Krishna. So,
Yes, I can read, Mataji.
yes,
Part put by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Mataji.
The Varnashram Dharma is meant for imperfect, conditioned souls. It trains them to become spiritually advanced in order to return home back to Godhead. A civilization that does not know the highest aim of life is no better than animal society. As stated in Srimad Bhagavatam, Na te vidu Sarvatha Gatim Hi Vishnum. A human society is meant for elevation to spiritual knowledge so that all of the people can be freed from the clutches of birth, death, old age, and disease. The Varnashrama Dharma enables human society to become perfectly fit for getting out of the clutches of Maya. And by following the regulative principles of Varnashram Dharma, one can become successful. In this regard, see Bhagavad Gita 3.21 to 24. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Mataji. Hare Krishna. I'll stop there. Yeah. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Narayanam Namaskritya Naran Chaiva Narantamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudirete Nashtapraya Swabhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Sloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naistake Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangam Langayate Girim Yatkrupatamahamam Vande Sri Gurum Denatarinam Paramananda Madhavam Sri Chaitanya Chandra Iswaram Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna. So we have been discussing about the activities of so many great personalities. This fifth canto started with the activities of King Priyavrata. So King Priyavrata, he was the son of Swayambhuva Manu and brother of Uttanupada. So we have discussed all the lineage of Uttanupada in the fourth canto, and we have started the lineage coming from the Priyavrata actually in this canto. So in the first canto, we see the Priyavrata, he married Vaismath, and he had two wives actually. So with one wife he had 11 children and another wife had 3 children. And among these 11 children, there is one daughter, that is Urjaswati. She married to Sukracharya. And among these 10, the remaining sons, so 3 became Naistik Brahmanas. So there are 2 types of brahmacharya life. So Naistika Brahmacharya and Kurvana, Upakurvana, Brahmacharya. So Naishtika Brahmacharya means they just take oath to be like a following the celibacy throughout their life. No marriage. They just follow the Brahmacharya principles throughout their life. That is Naishtika Brahmacharya, like 4 Kumaras. They never married. And the Uparvana Brahmacharya means, so up to certain age they follow Brahmacharya, so, and they get married. So they have taken up to certain point. Then they take the next step, Grahastha Ashrama. So they just change it from the Grahastha, Brahmacharya to Grahastha. So 3 of them, they have taken the Brahmacharya, and the other 7 sons, they become the rulers of the Bhumandala. And with other wife, he got 3 sons, Uttama, Vaivada, and Tamasa. They became Manus for the 3rd, 4th, and 5th generations. So that is about Priyavrata. In the Priyavrata lineage, the elder son is Agnidhara. So the Priyavrata is a great personality actually. So what is the superhuman activity he performed? Anybody remembered? What was it?
Hare Krishna Mataji, he created by the wheels of his chariot, he created 7 seas, and also he was able to stop to direct the sun to enlighten the dark side at the night.
Yeah, thank you, Prabhuji. So he is a great devotee. So nothing is impossible for the great devotees. Actually, he didn't like the one part of his kingdom is getting light and another part is getting not light. So he didn't like that idea. So he traveled along with the sun, and he created the other parts also light. And also while he was traveling, he made 7 tracks, and those tracks are they are the divisions of Bhumandala into 7 dvipas actually. So he created 7 dvipas, and he gave that 7 dvipas to his 7 sons. They were ruling, and the elder son was ruling the Jambu Dvipa, among the 7 dvipas. 7 dvipas are Jambu Dvipa, Prakshar Dvipa, Pushkara Dvipa, Kusa Dvipa, Krauncha Dvipa. There are 7 dvipas are there. So Priyavrata has the elder son was Agnidhara. Agnidhara, even though he was a devotee, he has a desire to go to Pitraloka. He performed some austerities to go back to Pitraloka, and he has 9 sons. And he divided the Jambudvipa into 9 divisions, and he has given to his 9 sons. The Jambudvipa again divided into 9 varshas. Ilavrata Varsha, Bhadrasava Varsha, Ketumala Varsha, Hari Varsha, Kimpurusha Varsha. And before it was not Bharata Varsha, it was called Ajanabi Varsha. Ajanabi Varsha. And like this, there are 9 Varshas are there. The sons of Agnidhara, they were ruling it. And then the elder son of Agnidhara was Nabi. Nabi was a great devotee actually. So, but he had a desire to have a Supreme Personality of God as his son. So he performed great sacrifice. So that time he was worshipping the Brahmanas with great respect. So he was worshipping. He has taken their suggestions and following the instructions and worshipping them like a representative of Lord. And these Brahmanas, by the power of their hymns, they showed Supreme Personality of Godhead to Nabi. And they were praying, they were praising the Nabi. So who can attain the perfection like Nabi, who attains the Supreme Personality of Godhead as his son. And in another verse, they were praying, Nabi, that so he was worshipping the Brahmanas up to great satisfaction. So he was making them so happy, so that they have given the benedictions. They shown the Supreme Personality of God in Narayana in front of his eyes through the yajnas, to the sacrifice. Even though they asked for material benediction, so the Supreme Personality of Godhead, he sees actual the devotion inside the Nabi. So he was not convinced by any other paraphernalia. So he just see how sincere he is in devotion. So then he shows his mercy, and he said, nobody is greater than me, and nobody is equal to me. So I only can come as your son. So the King Nabi had a son, Supreme Personality Godhead himself. So when he married to Meru Devi, and they got a son, Supreme Personality of Godhead, by the sacrificals, the power of the hymns of the Brahmanas. So he got that opportunity to see the Lord, and he got the opportunity to get the Lord as his son. And the son, as soon as the Supreme Personality of Godhead appeared as a son of Nabi and Devi, so he manifested his symptoms of Supreme Lord. So there's like a flag and thunderbolts on his feet. And he was exhibiting lots of symptoms like Supreme Personal of the Godhead. And he named him as a Rishabhadev because the King Nabi, he knows that he's Supreme Personality of God. He is not in the platform of human beings. He is the best among the human beings. His characteristics, his qualities are so more superior to the human beings. So that's why he named him as a Rishabhadev. So when he was growing, he showed all his qualities. Like he was not hankering for material benefits. He was not on material platform actually. So his bodily strength, beauty, and process. So his name, fame, and he could control the senses. And also his form is eternal. Satchidananda Vigraha. He is Supreme Personality of God himself. He is a Satchidananda Vigraha. He is eternal. And he is cognitive, full of knowledge, and he is independent also. And he is so happy, transcendental. He is always in the transcendental place. He's because he's eternal. That means he's free from the cycle of birth, death, old age, and diseases. And he is a controller of all the demigods. He is the supreme Parameswara. He is Parameswara. And he is opposite to everyone. He cannot see others unhappy. So Paradukka Dukki. He always works for the welfare of others. And he is a well-wisher, Suhridam Sarva Bhutanam. So that is the one of the characteristics of the Supreme Personality of God. So he is well-wisher of all the living beings. He always works what they need actually, what actually they need. And if you see these are some qualities of Rishabhadev we have discussed in this chapter. In this particular verse, we can see he is exhibiting the symptoms of Supreme Personality of Godhead, all his qualities like equiposed, all like independent. He is with the transcendental bliss, and he is a well-wisher. And if you see the activities, the other part of the translation, we can see his activities. What is the purpose of his appear? So he came as a son of Nabi, But when Lord appears, there should be some purpose. So just like to यदा यदा हि धर्मस्य ज्ञानिर्भवति वार्ता अभ्युत्थानं धर्मस्य तदात्मानं सृजाम्यहम्. So he comes to protect the devotees, to annihilate the miscreants, to establish dharma he comes. So there must be some purpose. So in this translation we can see the purpose of appearance of Srila Rishabhadev is to establish dharma, that is varnasrama dharma. So that time the varnasrama dharma was neglected. If you see in the society, there are two categories of people actually. So one is Paramahamsas. So they almost elevated stage, liberated stage. So they are always engaged in the devotion practices. The other end, if you see, lowest among the mankind. So those are suffering conditioned souls. So those who are in the animalistic platform, chandalas. So to these two are extreme ends. How to bring it? How to balance these two? And in the 7th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, Namam Skrito Muda Prapadyante Naradama Maya Prahuta Jnana Asrim Bhava Matritaha. So the four type of people, those who are lowest among the mankind and with demonic nature, whose knowledge is stolen by this Maya, illusion. So they cannot reach Krishna. So it's very difficult for them to reach Krishna. That means they are in ignorance. So how to come over that ignorance? So if you see the Bhagavad Gita, 6th chapter, so there is a ladder, yoga ladder, how gradually people reach the topmost yoga, bhakti yoga. Before that, so everybody, before they start even the ladder, they are in the animalistic propensity. So with animalistic nature, so killing animals, eating animals, and fighting with lots of cruelty, hypocrisy, a quarrel, jealous, so many these things. And so it is very important, even in the purport, Prabhupada is mentioning that. So the people, they are conditioned souls, they are fallen. They are an animalistic platform. It is very important to bring them to the platform of Sakama Karma Yoga so that they can develop Bhakti Yoga from there. So if you see the Karma Yoga and Jnana Yoga, Dhyana Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, different yogas are there. So in order to bring them to the Sakama Karma Yoga, so they need some guidance. So that guidance comes from Varnasrama Dharma. So Chaturvarnam Maya Srishtam. So Krishna says that these four Varnas and Asramas are created by me to bring the harmony of the, to balance, to bring them to the platform of the Sakama Karma Yoga. So that is the stepping stone for the spiritual journey. At least they can come to the platform of the human beings, then they can start Bhakti Yoga. And also Varnas, in the Varnasrama Dharma, there are 4 Varnas and 4 Ashramas. So what are the 4 Varnas? Anybody would like to share? What are the 4 Varnas? Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji, it is Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya, and Shudra. These are the
Yes.
4.
Yeah. And what are the 4 ashramas?
4 ashramas is Brahmacharya, Grihastha, Vanaprastha, and Sannyas.
Yes, yes. Thank you, Prabhuji. So this Varnasrama system is very, very important because Lord Krishna only created this. Why he has created? There is a purpose. Whatever Krishna created, he makes some laws, some principles. That means it is it is going to be used. There is a purpose for it. So Brahmanas are the head of the society. So why they are called head of the society? Because they get the knowledge of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. They get the knowledge and they spread knowledge they give the knowledge to everyone. So that is the importance of Brahmanas. If they perform their duty, they attain, by doing their duty, they attain liberation. And Kshatriya, the second, the administrative class. So the duty of the Kshatriyas taking care of the citizens. They are, because they are on the ruling category, they take care of the kingdom, their necessities, their well-being, and they take instructions from the Brahmanas and they follow the instruction, they implement those principles for the ruling kingdom. And they also follow the spiritual injunctions, and the another important aspect of Kshatriya, they follow it and they also make their kingdom, the citizens follow it. That means spiritual principles. The spiritual principles are propagated by Kshatriyas in the kingdom. That is also very important aspect of the Kshatriyas. They taken care of the citizens, not only material, not for just material benefits, eating, sleeping, like that. And also they giving the chance to go to the next level of moksha, for the liberation. So whatever the necessities for to attain that liberation, they give the ground for that in the kingdom. And Vaishyas, they take care of the food, the protection of the farming, protection of the cows, cow protection and farming. The entire kingdom gets the food grains because of the hard work of Vaisyas. So Vaisyas also important part of the, if they do their part and they are giving the food grains and energy for the every living entities. So if you see Brahmana, Kshatriyas, Vaisyas, they were performing their own duties. And come to the Sudra class, labor class. So even though they don't have any intelligence and any administrative skills, they just depend on the other three categories. Simply they serve them. In that way they get liberation. They no need to worry about much for their advancement. Automatically their advancement depends on the serving of other three categories. In that way they attain liberation. So that's so systematically Krishna created this varnasrama dharma. If you follow it, so everyone will be in the connected. They will be connected to the Krishna. So in the first canto, second chapter, Sukadeva Goswami says, Dharma svanistita vispakshena kadasuya nanu utpadate yadiratam sramayeva kevalam. So if your activities are not leading to please Krishna, if your activities are not turning towards pleasing Krishna, any of these activities, all your activities are waste, useless. Your time is waste. Sramayeva, your hard work is waste. That means whatever you are doing, do it for Krishna. So it is sacrifice for Vishnu. So if you are in a Brahmana, do your duty. So gain that knowledge, spread it. As a Kshatriya, do your duty. Take care of your citizens. And so give the basic ground for the spiritual advancement. In that way, you get liberated. So Vaisyas, Sudras. In the same way, the ashramas, Brahmacharya, Gruhastha, Vanaprastha, and Sannyasa. Everybody cannot go to the Sannyasa. So most of the population in the Grihastha platform. So that's why Rishabhadev, he concentrated the Grihasthas mainly. So they need to change their situation. So they can follow the Varnasrama Dharma where they are as a Grihasthas. So there are so many duties for mother, father, children, parents. As a mother, duties are there. As a father, duties. So do your duty. So bring your family to connect your family to the Krishna consciousness. That is your main duty. Brahmacharya. So they follow the Brahmacharya rules and they get liberation. Like that, whoever, so wherever they are situated, whatever the stage, varna or ashrama, just follow it, follow their duty and attain liberation. And also in 13th verse of first canto, second chapter 13, Atapam Ved just says the Varnasrama Vibhagasaha Swanustisista Dharmasya Samsiddhim Haritoshanam. So what is the main goal of all these occupations, whatever you are performing? What is the ultimate goal? Samsiddhi Haritoshan, to please the Lord. Whatever activities you are, otherwise there is no use for it. That's why in previous ages, the kings are called Rajarshis. So they are kings and also they are behaving like a great sages. They are adopting the devotional practices in their life and they are like examples and they are following, they are showing, they are like a exemplified way, they are showing them to their citizens. Like Janaka Maharaj, Prithu Maharaj, Ambarish Maharaj, Parikshit Maharaj, Yudhishthir Maharaj, they are leading their lives like a Rajarshis. So they were adapting, even though they are establishing in the principles of devotional service, they were following the Varnasrama Dharma to show to the common people, Ed Acharate Sreshta. That means, so whatever the great personalities follow, the common people, they set the standards, the common people follow it. That's why they are making them to standard, they are following it and they're making citizens also follow it. So the Janaka Maharaj, who is Janaka Maharaj, father of Sita Devi, mother Sita Devi. So he was a um, great king. He's a Rajarshi. He knows all the dharmas. So when Bharat came to bring Lord Rama back to his kingdom, so he was lamenting by his mother's act. So he rejected mother, he rejected kingdom. So he just came to see the Ram. So he thought, I will take Ram back. I don't want kingdom. And Ram also, he was also following the dharma. So both. So Bharat is on the platform of love with the Lord. And Lord Ramachandra is on the path of dharma. Love and dharma, both. They are in the fighting. So Bharat is asking to come back with the love and affection towards his brother. And Lord Ramchandra is following dharma, following the instructions of his father. So Janaka Maharaj, he is the elderly personality in that assembly. So he was a great Rajarshi. He could able to solve that problem actually. He said, okay, the love and affection is more than the dharma. So actually, Bharat is right. You have to worship, you have to go and rule the kingdom. You are the king. So Bharat is right. But at the same time, in order to follow your rules, right now you are not going to kingdom and ruling the kingdom. Instead of you, Bharat can take your padukas. So that's how he decided the big problem So because he got that knowledge, he was following all these rules and follow all these dharmas. So he was practicing the devotional services also. So that is the capability of Rajarshis actually. And there are so many other things also following the same principles. So this is about Varnasrama Dharma. Varnasrama Dharma is very, very important. It is not for everyone, those who are already in the devotional practice. So they are not obliged to take up that Varnasrama Dharma. Varnasrama Dharma is meant to the low class people. That means who are doing the abominable acts and also who are in the low category, in the animalistic category, in order to bring to the Sakama Karma Yoga on the ladder, on the starting point of the ladder to start a bhakti process. So it is these Varnasrama processes, Varnasrama principles are very, very important. Lord Rishabhadev, he tried to bring it back. That time it was neglected. All the people, they were with so many sense enjoyments. They are enjoying the grihastha life and enjoying the sense. They are the main focus only on dharma, artha, kama, moksha. So the not only all these. So they are earning money, the artha, and enjoying kama. They are neglecting the other two parts of dharma, artha, kama, moksha. They are just earning money, artha, and enjoying kama. They are not thinking about the liberation also, moksha also, and they are not worrying about where they are situated also, what their religiosity also. So in that stage, Rishabhadev, he he tried to establish Varnasrama Dharma principles. He encouraged all the Grihasthas to take up these Varnasrama Dharma principles wherever they are situated. He also asked, no need to change your situations. So wherever you are, so as a Brahmana, as a Kshatriya, as a Sudra, as a Vaisya, take up and do your duty. And just wherever you are doing, so whatever you are doing, do that, give that results to Lord. And that is the sacrifice also. And also very, very beautiful verse in Srimad Bhagavatam, 5th canto, 23rd chapter. So there, the lamentation of Devahuti, when Kardama Muni, he decided to go back to the forest after she had her daughters, 9 daughters. So he want to go back. That time Devahuti was lamenting. So before Kardama Muni, he was a Mahayogi and Devahuti is a Yoga Lakshana. So both are in spiritual platform. Actually, they are great devotees. And she asked for the children. Kardama Muni was ready to give this Bhagavad Prapti, Bhagavad Dharma to Devahuti. At the beginning, she rejected. No, I just want children. So after that, she realized I wasted all these ages, all these years. I have taken your association in the wrong way. You are a great personality. I wasted my life. She lamented and she requested, so give me son so that I get. So these daughters, they get married, they go away with their husbands and nobody is there to take care. And also she heard from the Brahmaji that you will have a son, you will get the knowledge from your son Kapila. So she was requesting Gardava Muni to get a son Kapila. That time she was requesting Gardava Muni. So she recited very beautiful words. She said, so I will share that one actually. A second, please. Yeah. I'm going to share the screen. Sorry for that. Just give me 1 second. I'm sharing the screen. Can you see that, please?
Yes, Mataji.
Yeah. Please. Yeah. Sorry for that, Mataji. Yeah. So, okay, anybody can read the verse?
Hare Krishna, Mataji. I
Hare
can
Krishna.
try.
Yeah.
Neha yat karma dharmaya no viragaya kalpate no tirtha pada sevai jivan api mrita hi saha. Hare
Yeah.
Krishna.
Translation.
Anyone whose work is not meant to elevate him to religious life, anyone whose religious ritualistic performances do not raise him to renunciation, and anyone situated in renunciation that does not lead him to devotional service to the Supreme Personality of Godhead must be considered dead, although he is breathing.
Yes. So, very strong points here. So, Devati is saying that. So, what she is saying? Nehayat karma dharmaya. So, if your activities, whatever activities you are doing, which are not leading towards dharma, religious practices, religious life. So those activities are no use. The second step, she is saying, na viragaya kalpate. That means your dharma, whatever religious principles you are following, so which are not leading towards the detachment. Viragaya means a detachment, renunciation. If those activities are not making you to renounce from the material concepts, that dharma also no use. The third step, she is saying, na tirtha pada sevaya. So if that detachment from the material conceptions, if that detachment is giving the attachment towards the lotus feet of the Lord, tirtha pada sevaya, the lotus feet, toward the service, the lotus feet of the Lord. If that detachment is not leading you towards the service of lotus feet of Lord, so even though you are breathing, you are like a dead person. So strong these senses are. That means we have to think our activities, our karmas should be so perfect. So which are related to Krishna Sambandhe. So we have to think in the morning to evening, whatever we are activities, whether they are pleasing to Lord, whether they are pleasing towards Dharma, Our dharma is religious, that spiritual practice is being the devotional service. That is our dharma. So we have to think these activities are connecting to towards the Lord or not. So these activities are making me detached from the material things or not. If not, just reject. So these activities are making me advance in the spiritual activities. If yes, you continue, otherwise no. So what happens if your karmas are not leading to dharma, dharmas are not leading to detachment, your detachment is not leading to the attachment towards the lotus feet of Lord, all your activities are waste. Srama eva kevalam. So you are, even though you are breathing, you are doing the activities, you are like a dead person. So these points are so strong to practice. So these are the takeaway points for our class today. So whether we are following the activities according to spiritual injunctions, whether they are leading us toward the spiritual growth, whether these activities are making me detach, renounce from these material things, or making me to attach towards material things. So we have to understand, we have to discriminate what are the activities. Even in the Bhagavad Gita 3.9, Krishna says, Yajnartho karmanonyatra lokoyam karma bandhana tadartham karma kaunteya mukta sangha saraja. That means, so the activities you are performing to please Krishna only. Sacrifices to be performed to Vishnu only. So why? If those activities are performing to please Krishna or Vishnu, so you will be free from bondage. Otherwise, same thing happen. You will be attached towards material things only. So if that activities are not making towards the attachment of the Lord's lotus feet, it will make you bondage in the material world. Tadardham karma kaunteya. So you do work for satisfaction of me. That's what Krishna is also saying in Bhagavad Gita. So these are so powerful points to understand what activities we have to perform in our spiritual injunctions. That is very important to understand, and also these are the points to implement also in our day-to-day life. So we have discussed what is the meaning of varnasrama, and so this is the duty of the each and every living entity to follow their dharma. At least if they are not following the devotion practices, at least they have to start with varnasrama dharma. So there are two types of dharmas, Sanatana dharma and varnasrama dharma. So if you are not able to reach up to the point of Sanatana dharma, that is the topmost devotional practice of the Lord, so that at least you have to connect to the Lord by following the principles of Varnasrama Dharma. So that's what Lord Rishabhadev was trying to establish these principles in the society. So no matter whether they are Brahmanas, Kshatriyas, or where they are situated, what their situation, what their lifestyle, no matter, they can adopt these principles and they get liberation, whatever they are doing. They get the highest perfection in their life. And from this Devahuti also we can understand so many points. So what is actual activity, what is actual dharma, how to detach and where to attach, and what are the importance of these spiritual activities. Okay, so by this I will stop. So anybody wants to add any more points for this, they are more welcome. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Thank you for the wonderful class. I really like the genealogy of Maharaj. How you recapped. This was very amazing. So I really appreciate that. Thank you, thank you, Maharaj.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam. Thank you very much for the very nice class explaining all the points and the purpose of human life. And you have told about the importance of Varnashram Dharma, because Varnashram Dharma in general, is introduced by the Lord as given in 4.13 in Bhagavad Gita. Chaturvarnam Maya Srishtam Guna Karma Vibhavash. Lord created the Varnashram Dharma for elevation of the society from animal life to human life, because human life is a superior life. We have to utilize it for the service of the Lord. And that's why the purpose of Varnashram Dharma is to gradually elevate person from a lower, who are in a very lower level, to come to the level to understanding the Lord. But we must not stop there, as you have also mentioned. I think it is 1 to 8 of Srimad Bhagavatam. Dharma Sanushtita Pumsham Vishakshana Kathashuya Na Utpadaya Jaduratim Sramo Eva Hi Kavalam. So here it is told that unless one elevates the purpose by doing his own duty, doesn't come to the stage of devotional service to the Lord, then it is useless labor only, because we should not stop there. We should rise to that level, because real dharma is real dharma. Shaboi pumsham paro dharma yada bhakti radakshati ahitaki apratihata yayatma suprasidati. To give perfect happiness to the eternal soul all the time, anywhere, any place, we have to serve the Lord. And that is the purpose of dharma. We should understand that. We should not degrade ourselves. We should not keep ourselves in a lower level. And that is what Prabhupada has tried to present in the present day to the people everywhere, that we have to love the Lord. And only then, if we love the Lord by our service and do all our activities in the service of the Lord in that mode, then our work will be perfected. And by perfecting ourselves, we can go back to Godhead. That is the ultimate goal of human life. We should make this life. Human life is very what I will say, it's very hard to get, but we have got it very easily. But we have to make use of that, so that we don't misuse it and lament and again go back to the cycle of birth and death. So with that, you have very nicely explained it. Thank you once again for the class.
Thank
Hare
you,
Krishna.
Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. So I think nobody is there, Prabhuji. So can stop the class.
Yes, Mataji, it appears there's no other person to make any comments. So thank you once again for that. Mancha
Kalpataru Kripa Sindhu Bhayeva Cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Ananta Koti Vaishnav Vrinda Ki Jai, Har Grace Savitri Mataji Ki Jai, Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai, Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bol. All glories to assembled devotees. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much.
Thank you,
Mataji. Hare Krishna.